So what you're talking about here basically is you have to think about the experience the candidate's going through and the people, not only that you have the right people that are going to be making the right decision on yes or no, is this a good person for our organization, but how do they reflect the organization to convince the candidate that this were a good place to work? We got to sell. You use the word sell a number of times in there. You've used, how do we market this? How do we sell this? It's a different mentality. Instead of saying, there's a lot of candidates out there, you should be very happy to work for us. We need to be selling because we want people that are very happy to be in here. Is that a good takeaway?
Yeah, it's interesting because you often hear when companies, you hear all these layoffs and the media companies are having a lot of layoffs. And then you correlate that with there's a lot of candidates in the marketplace. But in some instances, not all of those candidates are interested in your organization. And so what we have found that in some instances that people have been in larger tech companies, I'll just stick with the tech industry. Most often than not, they're looking for another large tech company. So just because you have the supply of talent out there, they may not be the talent that's engaged with your organization. And so how do you as a company, and I'd say this is something we deal with all the time, make sure we're targeting the right candidate and talent supply so that it's not that they've worked at these large, attractive companies, but do they really align with the size of our organizations, where we are in our journey? And so I don't really get caught up with hearing that there's a lot of talent out there. I want to make sure, and I'm bringing this back to the candidate experience, that we are realistic in what we can provide a candidate that's out there. Value proposition that we provide is in alignment with what they're looking for. We don't want to place someone and then in less than a year's time, they want to go back to a large company because we've made some investment. We've made some investment in interviewing them and attracting them and training them to our processes and where we're going as a company. So there's an investment. And so you want to make sure you have done a great job in selecting that individual that you're going to invest in. I think it's important for Druva as well as any company out there in being realistic in what we're offering to the candidate, as well as the candidate being realistic in their experiences and skills and the asset that they provide to Druva or any company.